let's talk about Just Dial. This is a stock that has fallen about 15% in the last 2 days, but right now there's a big bounce back that you're seeing. It of course announced its numbers a couple of days ago. Ramkumar Krishnamachari, the CFO of the company, joins us now. Mr. Krishnamachari, good morning and thank you for joining us. I just wanted to talk about this board approval to raise funds to the tune of 1,000 crores. You already are sitting on cash of 750 crores on your books. Then what was the need to, for this additional fundraising, and what would the money be used for? Mr. Krishnamachari, is my voice reaching you?
Okay, this looks like a day of technical problems. Ramkumar, can you hear me? Okay, we will try to redial and get to Ramkumar. I guess it's a paradox of sorts that you can just dial and the dial has not worked at the moment.
It's just one of those days, I guess.
Yeah, we are having it's a day of technical issues. I think spectrum allocation should have been faster and more robust for the telephone lines to work better. But we should be getting Ramkumar in a minute now. And of course, it's the big equity raising which clearly disappointed the market. And we saw the stock giving up, 17% in 2 days. Today, I think it's put a floor to it, but that could be only a temporary short covering.
Okay, while we are going to dial backward to Just Dial, just want to point out that the Asian markets are also doing very well. So we're getting that added impetus from our Asian peers. Japan is up about 250 points as we speak, up 1.5%. So good gains coming in from the global markets, good gains in our own markets, and I guess the momentum continues. So let's try and establish our connection back with him in just a bit. Okay. Okay, fine. Right. We'll take about 20 to 30 odd seconds. Let's tell you about some losers today, some stocks that are not doing well. There's Sesa Sterlite, that's down, so 0.6% in the red for Sesa Sterlite. In fact, it is the biggest loser. Remember, it comes out with its numbers later today as well, so there's some subdued performance ahead of that. And then you have names like Kotak Mahindra Bank and Bank of Baroda that are coming in for some profit-taking at this juncture. Lupin too.
Actually, there is a decent
I think
amount
he's back with us, so let's just go back to him. Ramkumar, is our voice reaching you?
Yeah, I'm able to hear you.
Hi, good morning. I was just asking you about this fundraising of 1,000 crores that the board has approved. What was the need to do that, considering you already have 750 crores lying on your books?
So as we mentioned and clarified again, this was only an enabling resolution. We don't need cash right now. We are not looking to raise right now. This is just should an appropriate opportunity arise which is of strategic nature to utilize this cash, then we will come to the market. Otherwise, we're going to let this resolution pass. A lot of companies do that. Take an enabling resolution so that you're ready if and when, only if it is needed. So right now, my business continues to generate cash. I am sitting on a healthy cash balance. I don't need the cash for anything to run my business right now. So it is purely an enabling resolution, and that's about it. And do we have any identified utilization opportunity right now? Definitely nothing. And it's purely something which and the board has given us so that we are not constrained tomorrow should something come up, so that we can go ahead and raise. And we are not looking to raise and keep the cash. Let me underline that we are not going to hoard cash. We are not going to raise it and keep it and wait for the opportunity to come to utilize it. No. Only if and only I see an opportunity to utilize this cash from on purely strategic nature, I might go and raise. Otherwise, I'm just going to let this resolution pass.
No, but Ramkumar, out of the blue, a board does not give permission to a management to raise such a large sum of money, especially when you have a large sum of money. So, hence the doubt in the market, what are you all planning? Do you have something in mind in terms of a big acquisition? Or is it that at this point in time, PE investors and investors in general, well-lined investors, are very kind towards digital companies, so you simply want to strike when the iron is hot?
Yeah, see, look, as I mentioned, we don't have anything specific at this point of time. A lot of companies do take these kind of resolutions so that they are armed should an opportunity arise. Definitely, the space is hot. The space, a lot of action is happening in this space, the internet e-commerce space. We believe that we are not, if should something interesting or opportunistic comes up, so that we are not constrained, we can go ahead and raise. But if and only if we have an identified target or an identified utilization in mind. As of now, we don't have any. So it's just an enabling provision, that's about it. And I underline again, we are not going to raise the money and keep it.
Okay.
Let me be very clear.
But is this...
If we don't find adequate utilization opportunity, which is of strategic nature, we are not going to utilize it.
No, have you all passed this enabling resolution because there is a lot of money flowing in? Have a lot of investors approached you? Or are you seeing a lot of investors ready to get into the digital space? I mean, we are flooded with the Alibabas and the Snapdeals of the world in terms of news. So is it that a lot of people are knocking at your door, so you might as well keep the ammunition dry?
Look, definitely, as I mentioned, we are a key player in this space, and we are the leading player as far as our segment goes. And we are getting into the foray of the e-commerce and other areas, definitely on the transaction space. A lot of action is happening. We do get inquiries from time to time, but we are, as I mentioned, these are things which is happening as a business as usual manner. So it's not, the capital raise or the resolution that is being passed, it's just an enabling resolution. Only if and only should a suitable opportunity for utilization arise, which is of strategic nature. As of now, there's nothing is there. We don't intend to raise and keep the money. So, and I'm being very amply clear, anything else will be purely speculative, and we want to put the speculation at rest at this point of time. So, you know, we have, by nature, historically, you have seen, we have been extremely prudent in the way we use our cash. During the IPO, we did not raise cash. And the money that we raised is safely invested. So we are going to be extremely prudent with our existing cash itself. What am I going to keep the other 1,000 crore and raise it? And also it is up to 1,000 crore. So I want to emphasize here, if at all something comes up, I will first utilize the existing money before I go and come to the market and raise further money.
Okay.
So let's be very clear.
All right, we got that. Ramkumar, let's proceed. In terms of growth opportunities from here on, you have some new launches that are expected. Just Dial Cash, online cab booking, which has become a huge thing now. Just tell us about when these are expected to come on board, and what will it really do to your revenue trajectory, say in the next couple of years?
Definitely, these are exciting things. Some of these are disruptive to the existing model or to the model that may, the model that is there. So we are quite excited. Surely look at the vendor base that we have. Look at the relationship that we already have with many of these vendors. We are talking of several lakhs of vendor relationship, millions of vendor relationship here. We are providing an enabling platform. Some of these verticals are quite exciting, that we have mentioned, and especially the cab space, the travel space, the doctor space, the restaurant space, and most important, the e-commerce space. So what we are doing is that today the product is getting ready to be launched for mass, for mass communication, which is where we are. We are building a great product that will be communicated to the users in Q4, starting with Q4. We sort of have the build up the traffic. We communicate the value proposition of these products to the user. There will be immense benefit to them in terms of saving money and time, and the whole convenience of doing all these things on a single platform. So our belief is that the value proposition of to the user for many of these platforms is immense. It's only a question of communicating to them, which will start doing that. And also the vendors also will realize that since consumers are going online, this is an online platform with which they can have a level playing field and they can get a slice of the online pie. Yeah. And we make, with the aggregated transaction, we make money. And the monetization should start sometime in 16, in my view. Okay. And as I mentioned, there will be 5 sources of revenue that we will have, come 2016. One is the core search revenue, which is already continuing. Second will be the transaction fee for many of these search plus transactions. Third will be the subscription fee for some of the vendor application which we are building.
Okay.
Fourth will be the shopfront fee, which we will have for many of the millions of small medium businesses where we are giving a shopfront for them. And fifth will be the banner and banner ads
Okay.
that is already started right now, the banner
Okay.
ads.
Okay.
So we are confident that the Search Plus will scale up and start contributing to the bottom line and top line. Yeah.
Okay, Ramkumar, if and when you look for acquisitions, and I'm sure you will already be looking for them because you are sitting on a pile of cash, what kind of acquisitions will interest you?
Look, as I mentioned, we are constantly looking out if there are interesting technologies that are available for us to sort of accelerate our go-to-market, or technologies that we can acquire that can complement our existing business. These are things that we keep looking. And we are extremely prudent when it comes to spending money and spending on anything. We have never acquired in the history of our company. Okay. And you have to realize that if and only if we find something very interesting and of value, we will look at it. Otherwise, it's something which our, the technology has been our core competence. A lot of things we have built on our own. And we believe that if at all there's anything, it can be something that can accelerate our go-to-market or complement our existing. But nothing interesting so far.
What are the odds? Okay, final question. What are the odds that before the fiscal year is out, you will have identified an acquisition target?
Looks very, very low. Okay. Very low.
All right.
End of this year, very low.
All right. Then this is truly only an enabling resolution, I take it. Thank you very much, Ramkumar Krishnamachari, for joining us. Okay, so that's Just Dial, and the stock has ticked higher as the management emphatically says that they will not raise money for its own sake, and that it's only after an acquisition candidate, which in any case looks like a remote possibility.